Hi guys, and welcome to HR Buzz 83. We are going to help you through the module and work through the 101 and also show you the first steps of becoming a researcher. In HR Buzz, you have to remember that one of the most important things that you have to remember is that's the 36 credit module. What that means is strategic management is 24 credits, meaning that you have to put in 1.5 times more effort into HR Buzz than into strategic management. We do have winter and summer schools, and you will be communicated the details later on through the year. Okay, so who are we? I'm Dr. Karen Stander. I'm the primary lecturer for HR Buzz 83.
I'm Natasha de Silva Esclona, and I'm the secondary lecturer for this module.
I'm Rado Mazei, the fifth hand DM for grade. And I'm Margarita van Zyl, and I'm your subject librarian.
Okay, so we need to first have a look at the purpose of the BCom Honours before we go on to HR Buzz. So the BCom Honours is there to give you graduate level knowledge that you can use in your life, like look at the lifelong learning, and that sets you off on a path towards achieving a master's and a doctoral degree. It should make you employable as workers or hopefully managers or entrepreneurs and help you to contribute to society. Moreover, it's supposed to make you leaders in economic and scholarly activity and help you to play a constructive role in society, either as individuals or as a group. Now, this fits into the purpose for HR Buzz. HR Buzz helps you to do research. It helps you to analyze information, evaluate and apply the knowledge that you learn, to reason and debate, and all of this in a written format on a specific topic, recognizing existing research and methodologies in business management. Now, why did I start with the purpose? Watch this small video.
Now let's see. Well, what I see. Well, what I. I wonder which way I ought to go.
Hell in the way.
Which way I ought to go.
Hell in the way.
Why, you're a cat.
A Cheshire cat. Oh, me oh, what a border goes.
Oh, wait. Don't go, please.
Very well. Very cool.
Oh, no. Thank you, but I just wanted to ask you which way I ought to go.
Well, that depends on where you want to get to.
Oh, it really doesn't matter. As long as I can...
It really doesn't matter which way you go.
Okay, so if we look at what Cheshire Cat said to Alice, she asked him which way is she supposed to go, and his answer was it all depends on where do you want to end up. So if you don't know where you want to go, it doesn't really matter how you get there and which direction you take. So we look at the purpose of this module for one reason, and that's to know where we are supposed to go. So let me help you. There's 3 main topics in this module. Topic 1 is about writing a research proposal associated with a research focus area. Topic 2 is to develop a business model canvas. And topic 3 is to conduct and report on quantitative research. Right, this is the end result of a whole year's worth of work. If we go back then to the purpose, you will look at the first thing. It shows a research focus area. Research focus areas are mainly associated with master's and doctoral studies. So that will help you to gain a basic understanding of graduate level knowledge and lifelong learning.
105. To 105. Not equal.
Okay, let's start this part again. We will edit it out. Okay, so let's just go back on the slide. Okay, so why do we need to understand the BCom Honours purpose? Firstly, topic 1, you will need to choose a research focus area. En ek sal weer wag vir Margarethe. Okay, sit. Seriously? We need to put up a thing saying do not disturb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you must look at
It's in room 105.
It is in 105.
Okay. 105. The notice says outside.
Was it education? Education? Yes.
No, it's the wrong place.
Yeah. It is moved the wrong one, 105. Okay, so I'm in the wrong place. Okay. So I'm in one place. Yeah.
Wat was er weer? Okay, hopefully we can get Okay, so the whole idea behind CSIRCAT is to show you the purpose of the BCom Honours and how this fits into HR Buzz. So topic 1, as I said earlier, is a research proposal. It will require you to... Kom sit. Take 403. Oei, stop. Okay, wacht op. Kom gaan 'n bietjie terug. Okay. So, why do you need to know the purpose? If you listen to what CSIRCAT said, he said, if you don't know where you want to go, it doesn't really matter which direction you take. So if you fail to plan, especially in HR Buzz, you're planning to fail. So let's have a look at the purpose and the topics covered in HR Buzz. The first topic is a research proposal. So you will be writing a research proposal associated with a specific research focus area. You need to remember a proposal is not doing research. You won't be doing research associated with topic 1. Then topic 2 would be to develop a business model canvas, and topic 3 will be conducting and reporting on findings from quantitative research. Okay, let's go back to the purpose of the BCom Honours and those 3 topics. So in topic 1, you will be required to gain graduate level knowledge associated with the different research focus areas of the Department of Business Management. Luckily, Lerato will help you to select only one, but you have to remember it's first come, first serve. Hey, Lerato. The second one is Sustainable Development Goals. You have to go look at the United Nations website and get familiar with these, because these will help you to contribute to society. The second one, and in all this goes into a research proposal, and the second one is a business model canvas. The business model canvas will help you become entrepreneurs. And you are lucky enough to be able to do this in teams or groups. I'll tell you later about this a bit later. Okay, and then the final one is a research report. That will teach you how to do scholarly activity and how to take a leadership role in society. So the first 3 is done in the first semester, and the second 2 is done in the second semester. Okay, so you will, therefore, be exposed to the doing of research under supervision. I am the main supervisor. You are going to be allocated a marker, again, by Lerato, right? Markers are your co-supervisor. On everything you will indicate the name of your co-supervisor as your marker. So, say for example, Natasha is your marker that Lerotu has allocated to you. You will write my name as the supervisor and Natasha's name as the co-supervisor. Please remember, markers may not look at drafts. And this is because it's unfair. If, for example, Margareta submits a proposal to me and I give her feedback, she can make changes and then get a better mark than Lerotu who did not do that. So markers will not give you feedback on drafts. They will only give you feedback on the assignments as they come in. Okay, so now, where will we begin in this whole process? If we go back to Alice in Wonderland and we look at what the white rabbit says, we begin at the beginning. And then we go on until the end. And then we stop. It's as simple as that. So, the first thing you need to do is always use your My Life email address. You will not get into Mendeley. You will learn later. If you do not use your My Life email address, we will communicate with you with your My Life email address. If you use a Gmail account, you will not get all the lovely announcements that we make. Okay, so first one that you have to do, you have to go select the research focus area. The research focus areas, have a look on at tutorial letter 101. You can find on the UNISA website. Under admissions, you find apply for admissions, and there you will get research focus areas. If you click on this, it will take you through to the different colleges. You will choose the College of Economic and Management Sciences, then go into the School of Management Sciences, and that will open an Excel spreadsheet wherein you will look for the Department of Business Management. We have a few sister departments that have made about 20 spaces available for HR Buzz students. But remember, research focus areas, first come, first serve. So if you want to, for example, do supply chain management and you are number 5 in the row, and Loretta will tell you, sorry, it is full. So look at the numbers. So there's a lot of competitive intelligence. There's about 200 spaces. Business management in South Africa and SMMEs, there's 200 spaces. Corporate sustainability is 100. The rest are quite limited. Okay. Email Lerotu with your selection as soon as possible because first come, first serve. Now, select an SDG. In those research focus areas, the research focus owners, which you do not contact because you are not doing master studies, you're doing honor studies, so you can contact me, not those guys. You can, back with a few articles, go read those articles. Margareta will later show you how to find those articles. Go read them and then go do some research into the SDGs and see how you can use this topic to address the SDGs. Take for example SDG 14, Life Below Water. That sounds like something far removed from business management. But if you look at strategies in a connected world, we're all connected in some or other way to things that's happening in the ocean. I'm sure all of you eat fish and chips.
We do.
Right? So you are connected to life below water. So there's recently been a call for papers on how to use management sciences to address SDG 14. We know what's happening. We know there's overfishing, we know the reefs are breaking down, but what we don't know is how to address this problem from a management perspective. How do we make the big companies see the problem? How do they manage the problem? How do they still fish without breaking the corals? There's a lot of things that we can do from a management perspective to help with the SDGs and bridge the gap between the social sciences or management sciences in this case and the natural sciences that is the basis of the SDGs. Okay. And then, very important, step 3, register, download and install Mendeley. Mendeley will form a big part of your life in HR Buzz. It will enable you to do group work, it will enable you to reference properly, and Margareta will later focus in on Mendeley. Okay, you will have to be grouped to a Mendeley group site. Again, when you email Loroti at BM Postgrad, she will, with your selection, she will group you onto a Mendeley site where you will find Loroti, Natasha, myself and Margareta, plus your marker. Right? In this group, there's about 21 other students, and this group we will use to later create smaller teams to develop business model canvases in semester 2. Okay, there's a few recommended books. The first one is doing a successful research proposal. The second one is modern statistics, because you guys are going to use Excel, so get used to the idea. And then there is business research methods. All of these books should be available in the library, and there's a few extra books on the library at Sage Research Methodology website that you can go access. Okay, and then the last book that I don't have a hard copy, I think Natasha's got my copy. No, okay, is a business model generation. This is a very good book, and this is which the second assignment for the first topic for the second semester is based on. Okay, over to Natasha.
Students, as we've said to you before, this module, or this particular module, is extremely important because it is research focused. However, because it is daunting and because this is on honours level, there is no complete dissertation required from you. We have broken your dissertation down in a number of assignments, and you will see that those assignments, as indicated on the far left-hand side, are numbered 1 through to 9. And we'll discuss them now to see exactly what is being covered in each assignment. As you will see in assignment 1, we discuss Mendeley quite extensively, and Margareta is going to discuss what Mendeley is and how it is applicable to you in this particular research format. It is extremely important that you really focus on Mendeley. It is going to be your bane or your joy, whichever one you decide on. The second assignment, we look at the writing of your introduction to your research proposal. The third assignment is looking at the completing of your ethical clearance application. There is a focus internationally on ethics within research, and UNISA has become fastidious when it comes to research ethics. It is extremely important that you understand the research implications that you have, as well as focusing on the ethics of it. When we look at the fourth and fifth assignment, you will see that it is split into two, and it is extremely important that you focus on this particular part of our discussion. You will see that the weight for that assignment is 25%, so it is quite significant. Here we focus on the writing of the literature and your methodology associated to that particular research proposal. But you will see that there are 2 submissions to that assignment, and the first one is where you try out your literature and methodology first. You submit that on time, and then we mark those assignments. We give you suggestions and comments on which you have a second opportunity to submit that assignment again with the recommendations and the changes that you have made based on the comments that you have received. Should you decide to only submit one of those assignments, you run the risk of not improving on your mark. So please make use of that opportunity to get the best mark possible. The same for assignments 6 and 7. Here we focus on the development of your business model canvas. Again, submission 1 is a first try out with comments and improvements on which you can submit again. Again, I would like to make you aware that it is 25%, of which is the final weighting, or the submission counts 25% towards your final mark. Make sure that you make use of the first opportunity as well as the improvement opportunity, in other words, the second submission, so that you can get the best mark possible. When we look at assignment 8 and 9, that is the conducting and the analysis as well as the reporting on quantitative research. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not all quantitatively inclined, so therefore there are 2 submissions for this assignment again. You need to focus on the comments and the recommendations and improve on that assignment again. Again, that assignment counts 25% of your final mark. It is extremely important that you keep track of these assignments, keep proof of your assignment submissions, because technology is great, but it sometimes lets us down. And that concludes the assignments that you need to submit. Back to Karen.
And I think just the one thing that you need to remember as you look at the first 5 assignments, or actually the first 4 assignments, they are in the first semester and the remainder of the assignments is in the second semester. The one thing you need to take note of is the due dates. These due dates are very close together. The first one is in May. These assignments are already available on MyUnisa, so start with them and get your work done so that you can just make the changes that's recommended by markers and input. Remember, when it comes to this type of marking that we do, this is continuous assessment. So, for example, if Margareta is my student allocated to me, she will first write the introduction. The introduction includes a few aspects such as the background, the research problem, the research questions. Right? I will give comments on that, and she will be required to take my comments and make changes and then submit that assignment again. It's none of these things is totally new. You don't start from the beginning with every assignment. You build on them each little by little, okay? But check the due dates. Okay, these two are very close to each other. These two are very close to each other. So what will essentially happen here, you will submit this assignment, Lerato will send it out, and we will give markers a very limited time to give you constructive feedback. You will then take that feedback and resubmit the assignment before the 22nd. Okay. Then the lovely thing that you would all like is assignment on the business model canvas assignment is a group assignment. We will communicate the groups to you later. We, the 3 of us, will decide who is in which group. You don't get to decide. You will also be required to rate each other's participation in the group. So say, for example, Lerato is the star student and Natasha is very eager to help her, and I just want my name on it. All the students will get the opportunity to rate each other's participation. So I would say, because I just want my name on it, give everybody 33%. But Lerato is very irritated with me, so she will say, I contributed 5%, and Natasha will say the same. I will then look at what they said they contributed and weight your mark against that contribution. So everybody, even though it's a group assignment, you have to do your part. And that's what I've got to say for this moment. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy HR Buzz, and that if you need any questions, please either email me, Natasha, or Lerato, and we will see if we can help you. Okay, ciao. Cut. Was a mute Take one.
Good morning, students, and welcome to this session on searching for information and using Mendeley for referencing. And as Karen said, if you manage Mendeley, then already you will be able to use it for the rest of your studies, and it can really enrich your research. So let's start. I'm going to do it twofold. I'm going to start off with a presentation just to give you a little bit of background, and then I'm going to go and show you live how to download the programs and then also how to use it. So first of all, the purpose of this presentation is to provide you with the necessary knowledge and skills to search for the best possible information for your research project, and then to use the Mendeley system for saving your research information and to create a bibliography at the end. So the content will be just a short introduction and a few ideas or guidelines how to construct a search strategy, because you need to know how to search effectively. Then we're going to create a Mendeley account and download the necessary software. I'm going to speak a little bit about plagiarism, the Mendeley System, and then select the relevant databases. I'm going to show you how to use Google, an on-course search that we use for finding books, and then I'm going to show you how to use LibGuide, which will include the following databases: South African e-publications, which is very important because whatever topic you do, you will do it at the backdrop of South Africa. And then the EBSCO suite of databases, the ProQuest suite of databases. What the suite means, it is a lot of databases relevant to your topic on one platform. I'm going to show you how to search for thesis and dissertations and search research methods online, and Mendeley crowdsourcing, the suggest and search. And then under write your research paper and create a bibliography, I'm going to show you how to cite your references and create a bibliography, and then just a few words on Turnitin. So first of all, if you are off campus, just take a note of the library technology support LibGuide, which you may use if you have any error messages like you are not authorized to view this page, or this page cannot be displayed, or anything like that. It gives you guidelines in how to sort out your technological problems. And if you then don't find your solution there, you are always welcome to contact me. So, and then also ensure that you've got the latest Adobe Reader installed, because without the Adobe you won't be able to open your full-text articles. And then there's a link to take a tour of the library, and that is if you visit the library in person. So, the research topic. In the course of your studies at UNISA, you will increasingly be expected to perform individual and independent research. The first step is deciding on a topic. Discuss the research topic with your supervisor, which in this case will then be Karen and Natasha, and whether it will be an acceptable topic. So, and then before starting to search for literature on your topic, it is important that you develop a search strategy that will enable you to perform an effective and efficient search. A search strategy describes how you are planning to search for information. So it is your plan. So first, describe your topic in a sentence, then you already have a handle on it. Identify your main concepts and search terms. Find synonyms and alternative terms, and this is very important because you may use one term, but for example, outcomes-based education, it is known as outcomes-based education, OBE, competency-based education, competencies in education, and if you just use one of these concepts, then you may lose important information. So, and then the next step is to group your concepts together with Boolean operators. And what the Boolean operators are, it is the and, or, and not. In our first example, A plus B, you will find a selection of articles. For example, in our example, growth and small business. So you want both the concepts to be present in one reference. So you will only get the intersection, the blue intersection, where it deals with growth and small business. And then the next one, the or, is where you search for one term or another term, and that will then be, for example, small business or entrepreneur or entrepreneurship. What the asterisk at the end of a stem means, if you put the asterisk there, it will search for the full word after the stem. So in this instance, it will be entrepreneurs, entrepreneurial, entrepreneurship. It is just that you don't need to repeat your searches with entrepreneurs, entrepreneurial. It's just a shortcut. And that is then where I said that you have to look for synonyms, because small business very much the same as entrepreneurial, small business, SMEs. And then the last one is the not. If I want to find information, for example, on private sector, say for example business management in private sector, but I don't want the public sector, then you will exclude the whole section, the intersection between the two, and then also public sector as a whole. That is just to limited searches, that you don't wade through a lot of unnecessary information, wasting your time. So to apply it to a topic that I've chosen, our topic, for example, is growth and profitability of small business in Southern Africa, an entrepreneurial approach. So on the first line, I will choose my topics with the same meaning. So I will say growth or profitability or success. Once again, the asterisk will be profitability, profits and profit. And then success or successes. Concept 2 is small business or entrepreneur or small and medium-sized enterprises or SMEs or SMEs, but you get the idea. So the or, broaden your search, firstly that you get all of the same information in your set, and then you combine it with the and the and will then exclude the unwanted information. And our third concept is South Africa or developing countries or developing economies or developing markets or emerging economies or then emerging markets. So you get the idea of the synonyms, because you can't be sure from the start of your search which term the database is using. The fact that the keyword on one database is, for example, a small business, doesn't mean that in another database they use the exact same one. So you will start off your search with a keyword normally, and you will go and look at what the proper subject term is. Remember, a keyword will be any word that may appear in your title or in your abstract, or even in your abstract or in the subject field. But if you instruct the system to search in subject field, then it means you've checked that subject term is used, and you will then get a very focused and very specific search where most of your topic or of your references should be relevant. So, and the keywords that you've worked out on this worksheet of yours, you will then use it and transfer it to your search screen. So here is an example of progress. There is my growth or profit or success, and then small business or entrepreneur or small and medium-sized enterprises or SMEs. And then South Africa, developing countries, emerging economies, and you can even put some more. So, and there are your results then, and as I said, normally if you choose your keywords effectively, you will find the relevant references. So, why am I teaching you Mendeley? and that has all to do with plagiarism. So what is plagiarism? It's the act of presenting another's work or ideas as your own, and plagiarism is regarded as a criminal offence. So please, whenever you use any idea of somebody else, or you quote, or you from the internet you copy a phrase, please make sure that you also copy the source where you get it.
I want to just say something about plagiarism. I'm going to write on the board, that's why you can't see me. For HR Buzz, we will tell you that you have plagiarized. You will then, in the first assignment, we will deduct 10% from there, from your total mark. In the second assignment, if you continue to plagiarize, it will be a 20% deduction. If you then still continue to mark, you will get 0 for the remainder of the assignment. So you get one warning, the second warning, and the third time get 0. So please, if your master tells you that you are plagiarizing and you are not referencing, know that you will lose marks. And this will be applied throughout the BCom Honours. So this is really important that you make sure that you do not plagiarize. In all your assignments, you will also sign a plagiarism declaration saying that you have not plagiarized. And UNISA has got a policy on plagiarism. So go check on the UNISA website for all the policies. It's also on the HR website. So you have been warned. Make sure that you do not plagiarize.
Thank you. Very important, and it's been emphasized, so you are warned. So how to avoid plagiarism? Whenever you use a fact, a phrase, a chart, a quotation, a map, anything, you have to acknowledge the original source. Keep careful notes of every source you consult so that no sources are used without proper acknowledgement. Never copy and paste anything from the internet without also copying the URL where you found it so that you can provide a full citation for this source. Do not intentionally commit plagiarism, but I assume that is that's a given. And then consider using Mendeley as your personal database for all your reference data, for all your references. So the reference style, references involve references in the text of the research, which we call the in-text citation, with an alphabetical arranged list of sources at the end of the paper. At UNISA, different departments prefer different output styles. It is the prerogative of the promoter to prescribe the style to be used. In this instance, then it will be Karen and Natasha. So consult with them and always find out whether they are happy with the output style.
Okay, we use Harvard.
Harvard.
Yeah, you will,
there are quite a lot of Harvard. The ones that I prefer that is closest to the UNISA one is the Stellenbosch University.
one on Mendeley, but you'll show them how to get there.
Yes.
Please remember that in HMEM, the research methodology module that you're also taking, they do not use Harvard. They use APA. So it's two different methodologies. So make sure, the referencing style. So make sure that you are using the Harvard one. Okay.
Thanks. So this is just an example. On the left, on my left-hand side is the in-text citation, and then on the right is the reference at the end of the research paper. So now we are at Mendeley. So what is Mendeley? Mendeley has various functions. Firstly, it's a reference manager, and it allows you to manage, read, share, annotate, and cite your papers. And we are also using it for the HR bus then for to communicate and to share information with each other, as Karen already mentioned previously. So firstly, it's a reference manager allowing you to manage. You can read your full text on it, you can share it, and then annotate and cite lastly. And then it's an academic collaboration network to connect like-minded researchers and discover research trends and statistics. And then it is also a crowdsourced database. And what that means is that you can find a lot of good information on Mendeley. So how can Mendeley help you? You organize your research, your documents and your PDFs. You access your library from anywhere, saving you time. You can be in Canada and you use it, and 24 hours a day. Collaborate with researchers or with your supervisor, and it auto-generates a citation list in Word up to 6,000 citation styles, and network with other researchers in your field. So how do you access? The library has got a subscription, and please use your MyLife email. It is a cross-platform. It works on Windows, Mac and Linux, though in the UNISA environment, I very seldom come across one of the others. It's mostly Windows. And then all browsers are supposed to work, but Chrome is the one that gives the less problems. So I would honestly advise that you use the Chrome one. And then it's a system that consists of two parts. You register a web account, but you also download the desktop. The two systems run back to back, supporting each other, but you are going to use mainly the desktop. But let's go on. So it is recommended that you use the Chrome browser. So the first thing that you would need to do is to download Chrome. I think we can do it now. So download Chrome, accept and install, run. Click to run to begin, install, there at the bottom, that there, yeah.
Okay, so we have a little bit of a problem with UNISA, so we can't download Google, but you saw the process. It's easy enough.
Yeah.
We don't have administrator rights to continue downloading Google, but you shouldn't have the same problem when you are downloading it.
I can't ask you to go and ask Sam because I need it anyway.
He can get it for us. Yes, we got it, Sam.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I'm going on, but we need Chrome in order to continue. So we will just go on for the moment. Or shall we just wait? And we will wait and just cut out this section. Thank you. Thanks so much.
So once we install
What are we downloading?
Google.
Chrome.
Yes,
Okay.
Chrome shouldn't do that.
It is doing it. Except if I use the wrong one.
I would like to believe that.
You think? Okay, you can go back and download the right one. Let's just go back.
Chrome just goes straight.
Okay.
Is this the one?
Okay.
Install. Just installs to my best knowledge.
Don't run too far away because we still need to download the Mendeley as well.
Okay, there it comes so far.
You see?
It's fine.
Okay, so here we go, on your marks.
Thank you. But as I say, don't run far away.
Yeah.
You can just hang around here for 5 minutes, then we've set up everything.
No problem.
Okay, just waiting for this to me. So this is a lesson. Make sure that you guys are somewhere with a good internet connection when you install these things.
And if you are using the works computer, make sure that you have an administrator around.
Yes. And just check, this little browser here is not Google, Chrome. This is Internet Explorer. Most of your computers have got this one on as a default. It works, but it doesn't work as well as Chrome. We will cut the video here. We have a few recordings of people coming in.
Yeah. It's supposed to take so long.
It shouldn't.
Except if something is down again.
No.
But if it's internet, what is this morning? In fact, phones are not making out their calls.
Oh. Okay. Fortunately, I've got a backup presentation.
I think right away at this time, when you install Chrome, it normally does it for you on the background and
Without oh, there it is. Can be installed.
Okay. Okay, here we go again. Once more.
Thanks so much for good support.
Yes.
Complete install.
yeah, I mean, Nick didn't communicate about this.
Okay, this side.
With my brother, I know he's very efficient, but this one.
I'm not sure he knew everything that was going to happen.
The only thing, they spoke about training. We thought we wanted to train each other on smartboard.
Oh, no.
Can I now
Okay, so
get
now
started?
you can go
It's still
right
saying,
there.
yeah.
Too many things open, you can close.
Oh, there it is below.
Let's go Chrome.
Okay, there it is.
Should I not put that box on the right side?
You can, we
I
just
think
know a
so.
way out to put the thing.
Or hide the computer?
You can hide it completely, it would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, because very often one has to choose
Okay,
the...
great. Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
hide it.
So
Okay, thank you.
Now I can just...
Okay, take 2. Okay, now we eventually have Chrome installed.
Okay. So let's go back to our PowerPoint. There we go. And we were here.
Okay.
So now you've downloaded Chrome. And the next thing I want to tell you is that I've already mentioned Mendeley consists of 2 systems running back to back. First you have to create the Mendeley web account by registering on Mendeley. To complete the registration form at www.mendeley.com. So I've already completed my registration. I will just show
Chrome there, just
Chrome, Google Chrome.
So remember you have to make Google Chrome your default browser now.
Okay, so there is Mendeley. As I said, I've already created an account. You will go and create an account.
Lorotte, have you got an account?
Yes. So you will have to put in your MyUNISA student number and it will continue. Then that's anyway the way I have to sign in as well. So I can just as well do it. But over to
No, I just want to show this. So what you do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At my life. Not unisa.it.za. Okay, you will not use your My Life password later on. You can create your own password, but remember your password, please. And then you can click on continue to create your account. Okay.
There you go. Okay. So that is my UNISA, and then my password. And you can leave it in signed in if it's your personal computer or one that you work on the whole time. So I don't want it to be saved. Okay, this is your first screen. On the top, you have the various tabs that you can navigate to. The first one is the feed, and what it generally does, it gives you some information. It also gives you some suggestions. It will look at what you are searching for your research, and it will come up with suggestions very similar to what you are looking. But you will also see the groups on the left-hand side. And Karen is going to allocate each of you to a group that you will be participating for the rest of the year. Competitive intelligence, for example, corporate sustainability. I don't know whether you want to say something there.
Yeah, make sure you will get an invitation to Mendeley, but you first need to be registered on Mendeley to get the invitation. So if you created an account, you will be able to see where you are grouped.
Okay, let's go to the group. Sorry. Let's go to the groups.
So,
and
then it will show in invitations, for example, it will show you which invitations you've got, and then you can click on accept and you will then become part of the group.
Yes.
Okay, if Margarita, open one of the HR bus groups.
Okay, competitive advanced intelligence.
Okay, if you click on members, it will show you all the students that are members. So you will have to put in your name, and you can upload a photo if you want to, and then you will be shown as a member. If I go to manage invitations, you will see that I've already sent the student an invite on the 8th of April. The student never accepted the invite to the Mendeley group site. So they are not on the group. This doesn't mean that you were not grouped by Neurotis. It means you never registered, one, for a Mendeley account, or two, you never accepted the group invite. So make sure if you don't get the email necessarily sent to your MyLife account to say you have been grouped, just log into the website, go to the groups or to the notifications part, and go select the group that you were invited to join.
Let's just go back to groups.
Either groups or notifications there will also show you that you've been grouped.
Okay.
You see the password.
Leave it. No, leave it.
Okay, we'll leave it there for now. Okay.
Okay. So you are going to use the feed just for suggestions, the groups, and then suggest. It's as I said, as you are searching for information and adding it to your library, it will give you suggestions very much similar. I'm coming back to suggest. I just want to explain the buttons to you. And then groups, data sets you're not going to use, careers also not for the moment, and funding not. So just briefly explain that, but then very important, under your name, you will, Let me just, I went now back too far. So under my name, if you click there on the arrow, you will go to download. And that is where you will download the software that you need to have on your desktop. So it will be download Mendeley desktop for Windows. And then from here on, we will say open when done. Administrator. Can you believe, Lerato, when we tried it out, it didn't ask for an administrator? Hey. I don't know how that happened.
That's magic.
Yeah, every time. Now we're in Google down one. Permission.
I don't know what you did.
I just downloaded it. Unfortunately, you are here.
Okay.
Okay.
The magic.
Then it's next, and then I agree to the terms and conditions, nothing strange. You can just say next and install.
So this will probably take a little while, but we'll come back later.
And then the icon, that icon will appear on your desktop. We can just quickly check.
Okay.
Escape. Back. Escape. Escape.
Okay, you can minimize everything.
And there is our Mendeley. So, let's go back to our PowerPoint. Oh, goodness. Slideshow. Okay, Mendeley, that I've already mentioned. I think it's going to be best to go now live. Okay, the first step then you need to do is the login detail that you use, which will be your student number and your password that you selected for Mendeley. It can be any password. Just make sure to remember it. All right. Okay, close. We've now done the first step. Just want to close. This is how your Mendeley desktop looks like. But I also want to show you at our the web Mendeley. After you have downloaded your Mendeley, you have to download the web importer. Now what the web importer does, If you search, for example, Google Scholar, you use that to import references into your Mendeley. So let's just download it. You will say add to Chrome, add extension, and there it is. So the reason why I'm showing you this, as I said, it is if you search on a database, it will allow you to import references. So just to go back to my presentation, and then we will go live again. So you've got your Mendeley account now, you've downloaded your Mendeley desktop, you've downloaded your importer, and now you start building your library. So let us just go to from current slide. So download the Mendeley desktop for Windows, click on the file and run the program. If you've successfully downloaded the Mendeley desktop software, the icon will appear on your desktop. So that now you've done. And then the Mendeley web layout will look like this. On the left-hand side, you give direction. You say you want to go, for example, to all documents. You want to go to your favorites. You can also place or upload your own publications that you have authored there. And then you will create a folder if you want to. And also your groups will be there. In the middle pane, your references will appear as you download them. If you click on any one of the references in the middle pane, the reference will open on the right hand side, which will also allow you to do editing. So for example, if you see there's not a number or a date, you can manually add it. So, and this is the desktop layout. On the left hand side, again, direction, where you want to be. In the middle pane, your references, and at the right, your reference. So you will see it looks very much the same. It's just a duplication, but you are mainly going to use the Mendeley desktop. So let's just go on. The following step is to install the Mendeley web importer, which I've already done. The function of the web importer is to import references and full text from web searches, for example, Google Scholar. And now to install the web importer on your Chrome browser. So it doesn't help you go and download it on the Internet Explorer, then you won't be able to use it. So use your Chrome browser. That now we've already done, so I'm just going through the steps again to reinforce. So Mendeley web importer, and add to Chrome, and add extension, and there it is. And if you now, for example, do a search on Google Scholar, you will use the importer. It will open the references on the right hand side. You will click the relevant ones, the relevant selected ones, and say save. And it will be imported in your Mendeley. All these steps I'm going to do live. I just want first to familiarize you.
So one thing, if you go back, Margareta, that you guys need to remember, you will only have the PDF if you are downloading the PDF. So if you look at the first reference there, it shows attached PDF. If you download that citation, that PDF will be stored in Mendeley. The second one, for example, does not have a PDF there. So it will not draw in that PDF because it's not available there on Google Scholar at the moment. And not everything is available on Google Scholar. And then while I'm saying that, remember, UNISA has got a very good library. We've got most of the articles that you will find on Google Scholar, we will have in the library. So you do not have to go pay for an article. please don't go pay for an article. Margareta will show you later how to use an article that you find in Google Scholar and go find it at the UNISA library. A lot of students are paying $5 to $30 for an article, and you've got free access to it because you are a UNISA student. Okay.
Thanks. Okay. Now we need to create a folder on your desktop and name it Watch Folder. So I'm going to show you, but it's a right click on your desktop, select New Folder. You call it Watch Folder, and then we are going to link it to your Mendeley System. What you do with the Watch Folder, all PDF full text that you find in your research, you can drop in your Watch Folder and the system will automatically import it into Mendeley. So just Watch Folder, create a folder on desktop, you access your desktop, click on File and then Watch Folder. And then on your system, you go to Watch Folder and you click, please just click in the Watch Folder, don't click on the desktop. Then you are going to import everything on your desktop, even your personal stuff. So just click in the Watch Folder, but I am going to show you. So, and then click Apply. So, and then just building your library. So the next section will be the various ways you can import it. If you've already got a reference account or EndNote, you can import it. Or you can go and add file. That is, if you've already in your C drive or wherever on your Stiffy, in your USB have files, you can add a whole folder. Or you can add manually. Okay, use the web importer to add from online databases, and then the Mendeley Suggest Search I'm going to show you. And then remember, you can also from your desktop drag and drop. You just click on it and you throw it in the middle pane, and it will become part of your reference. I'm going to show you how to do add new research, and then I'm going to show you using the library resources to find information and import into Mendeley. So I've got the whole PowerPoint available. Dr. Karen will make it available on a module site, but from now on I'm going to go live. So let's just go out and go back to Mendeley. I just want to see where we are now. Chrome. Sign in.
No, that's what the Chrome says.
I don't want to go to Chrome. I just want to keep that one at the background, but as I said, we are, except for the groups, for the suggest and for the searches, you forget about your web. We are going to concentrate on this one now. So I just want to make it big that you can have a look at it. So firstly, what I said is from here on, if you've already got a file on your system, you will go to File, and you will go, for example, to your documents, and you will select a document there, and it will become part of your system. That is,
you can show them one from the USB drive that's in there.
okay. Where's the USB?
Down there.
Okay.
There should be something in there.
Okay, say for example we want this business research method. It will show you it's busy working on it, And if you don't, remember, if you start using it, yours is going to be empty. I now already have quite a lot, but if you go to recently added, it should be there. So just check the green ribbon to see the progress, and then you can also say synchronize. And what the synchronize means, it will update it. So if we now go to recently added, but it is still busy working on it. But there it is, a research message, the one that we just imported.
Margarethe, why don't you just show them how to change those details? Because I've noticed the students often just pull it in, and then in the citation list in Word, you get a lot of mistakes because they've never checked it.
Yeah. First of all, it's very important that you look that the book or the item that has been imported is the correct type. So it is a book, and you will see it is a book. If it is, for example, a journal and it imported it as a journal article, then the reference will be faulty. So select first, if it was, for example, a book, you will just correct the output or the type to journal article. You will see it differs. A journal article, for example, will ask for a volume, an issue, which a book hasn't got. So you will say book. It is a book, but you can see there's a mistake, the business isn't correct, and you can correct it. You can just correct business, research method, the author is Mel and Hen, the year, so we can go and have a look at it. What I've done now, sorry, let me just go back. If you go to my library, then you have your references. If you go and stand on one of the references and there is a PDF and you double click on it, it opens the full text for you. So this is Donald Cooper, but now we can see there's a little bit of a problem. I don't know whether that person has got a chapter that, let me just quickly see. It is Cooper, Donald Cooper and Schindler. So this is very good that we are checking it out. So the first one we can just delete and say it is Cooper, comma, it will tell you how, and then it is DR. And then the second one, just delete it. Is Schindler, PS. Just want to see it's correct. So now it is correct. And then the year is also not there. So the year will be, let's quickly see. Copyright date. Karen, can you see it?
No, it shouldn't go easy.
Pages 12 edition, but there's no date. Oh, there is. Oh, it's copyrighted.
Let's see, go up a little bit.
2014. The
Yeah,
C copyright. So you will just correct that. It's 2014, and the number of pages.
Okay, you're right, 2015.
2014, sorry, 2014, and the number of pages, oh goodness, it's 692 pages. And then the abstract is correct, and then the city is also not correct, so we will go and correct the city. Mistakes like this occurs because it's harvesting the metadata, and if on the internet, and if the metadata hasn't been properly imported or stated initially, mistakes like this occur, but you will be able to easily correct it. So the city will be
down.
Where?
Nog plaatsen. Next page. And the next page. You'll find most of this data on this page of books. It will show you where McGraw-Hill is. Then if we look, McGraw-Hill,
it's McGraw-Hill, but it's Florida Atlantis University.
Both of US.
So
maybe go up a little bit. That's where the researcher is from. Let's see, McGraw-Hill Avenue, New York. You see there in the top, it shows off. So you need to find it.
McGraw-Hill. Published McGraw-Hill Avenue of the Americas.
So where is the city? New York.
And it is McGraw-Hill.
Yeah, and open that with the publisher thing. Oops,
Oh, have I now deleted it?
The publisher is there. McGraw-Hill. So you have the city and then the publisher must be McGraw-Hill. McGraw-Hill would be my publisher.
Yes, you press there and
I shouldn't press, why do you let that?
Okay, McGraw-Hill. There is McGraw-Hill, and the edition was the 12th.
Yes, but you write McGraw-Hill where it says city.
Edition, McGraw-Hill, okay, New York. Editors, publishers, there it is. URL.
But the publisher must not be New York, it must be McGraw-Hill.
McGraw-Hill. Is it not Irvin? Is it okay, Irvin? Okay, you can add a URL there, and there is if it's full text available, it will attach the full text file there. So now you can in peace reference this one because the reference is correctly. And to go back, you go to My Library.
And you will see everything that we put in now has been automatically saved, and now it will be correct in your citation.
Exactly. Okay. So that is the add a file. You can add a whole folder. Very often when students come to me, they've already started reading and they've got, for example, a PhD or a M folder where they've saved some references. So in that instance, you will just, let's go back to the U drive, or the D drive. Let's see whether there is something.
Yeah, USB. So.
But you, let's see, add file, add the folder, F10 proxy. So you've got something on your desktop. I'm not working on my own computer, so I'm a little bit lost here. But if you've got a folder, you can import the whole folder with all its contents. And then the next important one is the watch folder. So what you must do, go to your desktop. Right click and say New and Folder. And you call it Watch Folder. Just call it Watch Folder because on the system it refers to a watch folder and then the connotation is already made. Watch folder, sorry. Is watch folder one or two words?
Two words in English. Two things.
Watch folder, there it is. Then go back to your Mendeley System. Now you're going to link the two. So you go to File, you say Watch Folder, you go to your desktop because you've created it on your desktop. You click on Desktop. As I said previously, don't click Desktop, then you're going to draw or import everything on your desktop into your system. So click on the arrow and then go and say Watch Folder. And
it's fine, it just shows the root.
Okay, yeah, okay, I was just making sure that I don't. And then you can either say okay or apply. And now it is linked. And I'm going to do searches where I'm going to save the PDF there and you will see how it is drawn in, how it's imported. So, and then the last one is where you don't find a reference electronically and you want to put the reference manually. So firstly you will make sure, is it a journal, is it a book, is it a report? So if it's a journal article, you will say journal, you will type the title there, say Journal of Business Management. And you will, sorry, that is the title of the article. So you will put the article there. What can we use as an example?
You can put competitive advantage.
Okay. Competitive advantage. Competitive advantage. The author. Motsai. L and standard. There you go. And the year was, say, this year. Hey, why are you not? There we are, okay. So it was 2019, the latest groundbreaking research. And it's volume 22, issue 12. No, say issue 4. And pages, it will be page, say, 6 to 9. And you can add abstract and the URL, you can put the URL. But on the other hand, if there is a URL, then you would be able to find it electronically. But this is just now for an example. And you will say save. And it will become part of your system. So that is under the file. Under edit, you are not really going to use anything except if you want to select all that I needed to do some at some stage because somebody imported their whole desktop in, and then you can just say delete. You just
don't do that because you will lose all your references.
Yeah, but that is just the only thing that you will. Let me just now click. So I don't want that. Find cut, you're honestly not going to folder and the group you can also do here at this on the left pane. But the view, take care it is library as table, and then under tools, what you are going to use is to install the Word plugin. I'm going to do it lastly, but just to go through the tabs for you. And then if you have duplicates, if you use more than one database, you will have duplicates because the same article may be on more than one. Then you will say check for duplicates, and if there are any duplicates, it will show it on the right hand side, and you can just say merge, no duplication found. So on the tools, and then remember there's a lot of help files available. Help guides, Mendeley website, check for updates. For the moment I'm going to leave this, I've shown you how it works, and now we are going to start doing searches and populate. Remember mine is populated, but yours is still empty. So I'm just going to minimize it and go to my Chrome and open. The first session I want to do is I want to show you a Google search, a Google Scholar. So it will be https www.scholar.google. Now I'm not sure whether it's com or is it com. Okay, there it is. Your connection is not private. Advanced. Otherwise I must hide above reload.
Try again. Just start Google Scholar in there.
Okay, Google Scholar is the one we want.
Okay.
There we go. Now I want to show you a setup that will enable you to get all articles that UNISA, or most articles that UNISA has got through various subscription, database subscriptions, where you will be able to get it online. So if you go to the three stripes and you go to settings, and you go to library links. Take care that UNISA of University of South Africa, both of them, and the Open WorldCat are ticked, and then say save. You will see then if articles are available, the PDF will appear. That is what you need to do first. Just go there, go to settings, my library, library links, and tick them and say save. And then another thing I want to show you, if you go to advanced search, you get a very nice screen that can assist you to tailor your topic more, where you don't get the 5 million that you can't work through anyway. So my topic that I want to do is an exact phrase, which is corporate sustainability. Corporate sustainability, I want firstly to search it in the title of the article, because if that word appears in the title, I can be sure that the article deals with it. And then I want it from 2014, to 2019. So 2014, normally if you leave it open, it search up to now. So, but let's put in 2019, and then...
This time of year, we're in October already, I've seen some of the journals online already have their 2020 articles appearing online.
Yeah.
So I would rather leave it open. Why we chose 2014, it's not an arbitrary number, it's the 5 years back.
Yes.
So we first want to look for recent articles, but that doesn't mean you cannot cite older articles. It just means this is where you start. And then you will see, for example, that phantom article that Loretta and I wrote is being cited 2,000-3,000 times, and then you start to realize that if everybody is citing something, It means even if it's an older article, even if it's a 1980 article, it might be important for me to read, to understand the basics of this topic. But you start with the first 5 years, and then you can, out of this, you will probably pick up any seminal articles that should arise.
Seminal is the word there, yeah. So, and then you say search. Remember, you can put in secondary terms there. For example, you can say South Africa or any, depending on what you are searching. So I'm just going to say for the moment corporate sustainability and see what we get. So there are my articles. There is quite a lot. So you could go and say, for example, you want it in South Africa or whatever, and there are your keywords. Now the whole reason why we downloaded that article. Okay, firstly let me say that setup that you make that all the full text articles are available now, that you can get the full text. But now you use that what we call the web importer. It's just going to ask you to get started, and maybe it will ask you the first time to put in your login details. That is your Mendeley, not your network. So let's get started. Okay, on the left you will see this should be a duplication of what you find here. But once again, it is dependent on the metadata. So in some instances, the metadata may have been set up as such that the machine is not able to read it. Then it's not going to import it. But most of your articles will appear on the right-hand side. So you click and you say add PDFs if available, so the PDF will be added. Otherwise, it will only import the reference. And then you can see the impact of corporate sustainability on organizational processes. I just want to see where it is here there. So the first two are not there, but remember now, you can, because of the watch folder, you can come back and download the PDF. But first, I just want to show you how to do, how to use the web importer. So you will go and you say you want that one, for example, and you want tensions in corporate sustainability, and say, for example, that one, those three, and you say add. And these references will now directly go to your desktop. So we can, I just want to get rid of that select now. Okay, let's go to all documents and recently added. Remember to use your synchronized and okay, it's still working.
Down here it shows the green folders.
Yeah, and there the green shows it's still working.
So everything you just downloaded using the web importer is now being imported.